Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for all the comments and likes on my video. I saw there are some people following me on YouTube as well, and I'm so glad that the information I gave was useful and it was interesting to you. I'm very happy with that, and this also motivates me to keep going. So here I am on the second video, and as I said to some girls who talked to me last week, the theme of this video today is TOEFL test. Yes, a lot of people are very scared of this test, but mostly because they don't know much about it. And here I am to give my personal experience of how I study for the TOEFL, how was my test, which material did I use. Okay, so this is a video of a personal experience. I'm not going to talk to you guys about what is the TOEFL test, how much it costs, where can you take. If you want this information, it will be very, very useful for you to go to the TOEFL IBT website. They have all this information there. What is this TOEFL test about? Why do you need to take? What is the score? How they calculate? Which kind of questions they ask? And they have a lot of examples as well, which I think was very nice. They have little videos that shows you how is during the test. They have some examples as well of questions they ask and how they expect you to answer it. So if you want those informations, go to the website. Okay, here I'm gonna tell you guys about my personal experience, which is not in the website. Okay, so I think something that you can get like as a plus in your research. Okay, so I want to start telling you guys how the TOEFL came into my life. So in my first year here as an au pair, I wanted to do a course here. My English was still very bad, but I want to start studying English. That's why I came, right? So my host mom and me, we started looking for colleges and English courses that were available for spring, and we found a TOEFL preparation course that was 1 quarter in Bellevue College. For people who lives here in Washington, they will know. And then it was the first course that I took. And then I told her, well, I think I will do the TOEFL one day, so maybe it will be good to take this course. So I went there, I started classes, I got the material, and I failed very much on the course because I wasn't very prepared to take the TOEFL test. And then I remembered I was very shy at that time. I didn't want to talk. I just want to hide myself in the classroom because most of the people who were there, they knew a lot more of English than me. They knew a lot more the reasons for why they were taking the course and which score they needed for the test. And I didn't even know if I was going to take the test at that point or not. I had a wish that I want to go to a university here, and I knew that TOEFL was something that I would have to take. So, I went there to get to know what was TOEFL about. I should go, at that time, I should follow the advice that I'm giving now and go to the website and check all the information that are there, because it would save me money and I could take another course. I don't know. But on the other hand, it was a very good experience for me because I could see other people studying for the TOEFL. I was trying to do it, but I was failing it. I couldn't get if I was taking a exercise with 10 questions, I would get 3 right, and I would get so frustrated. And I mean, the questions, the way it's written is complicated. It's formal English. It's not read a Facebook article, okay? It's a complicated question. Sometimes it's about physics, chemi, you know, it's hard. It's hard subject, and then you have to see like where is the main idea, what is the supporting ideas, what is the conclusion, how this is connected to that. I knew how to do in Portuguese. I mean, I studied there, I have my bachelor's, but I didn't know how to do in English. I didn't have good English, like good enough to paint those things on the text, on the essays. So it was good, but I struggled and I failed. And then I kept going. I finished. I finished as a very not bad student, but at a certain point I just stopped doing the homework, or I just did the minimum of the minimum. I didn't get the extra material and things like that, and I didn't take the TOEFL test. So, it was good. I learned a little bit. I made like the first people I talk really in English besides my host family were like in this classroom. But that was the experience. But then time has passed, and TOEFL was becoming more important for my goals. And I started searching more about the TOEFL, and I decided to take this course again. And I took with the same teacher, same course. I think even same time, the day. But I was a different person. My English was much better. I was a lot more conscious for the reason I was taking the TOEFL. And as soon as I started the course, I already scheduled my test. So I have a pretty clear and straightforward goal that I was going to. And that's my first advice. If you are going to take the TOEFL, take the TOEFL when you know why you are going to take it. And this I mean by know the score you are going to, okay? I needed a score that was 92 from 120 to get into the master's. So I had to study a lot because I have to get right mostly like from 7 to 8 questions out of 10. Okay, so this was a very big motivator for me. I had the test scheduled for like I started the quarter. In the end of the quarter, a month after the end of the quarter, I was going to take the test. So I had this time to study, and that's all that I did for the most part during this few months. And I started going to the classes with a complete different mindset. I was there to study for the TOEFL and, to use the teacher as much as I could. Because one thing about the TOEFL, if you are planning to study by yourself, it's very important to have some kind of help from someone. Because you can do it totally fine on your own, the reading part. But they ask from you skills from writing, reading, speaking. And for the speaking, you have what I did was when I was doing the exercise at home, I read the material, I recorded on my phone, I recorded what I was answering, and then on the material also has instructions of how to correct yourself, what is expected on the answer. So I was going like listening again and again my answer and seeing what was wrong, what could be better, and recording again and again. So this is one another tip when you were practicing your speech. Record yourself and correct. If you have a friend who is planning to take the TOEFL too and you guys can study together, is even better because you guys can correct each other. Same thing for the writing skills. I forgot to say listening, but listening is easy too, is as reading. You can do yourself, and if you listen, if you answer wrong, the machine tells you it's a wrong answer. But anyway, I was talking about writing and talking. Um, so writing, the same thing. I used to write, and then there is also on the book instructions of how to correct your answer, and you can do that. Or you can also send the email for someone, for your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friend. The one person that helped me a lot was the grandma of the host family I was living with, because she was retired and she used to be a ESL teacher, and she was a very nice person. And I told her that I really want to improve my writing skills, so I used to send her an email, and then she would correct for me and send me back. And I mean, she didn't correct with the TOEFL, requirements, but she was correcting my grammar. She was correcting if I was being clear with my ideas, if I was supporting my ideas, which is basically what the TOEFL tests also requires you to do. So, important thing, be clear with yourself, be honest with yourself in terms of time, in terms of what you want to do. Be straightforward in this sense, because this will help you a lot to achieve what you want. And one very important thing is know the score that you are going, like, having as a goal. And then the second thing is asking for help, because you will need it. And when you ask for help, you are showing people you are very compromised, and you are showing yourself too that you are compromised with what you are doing. And send them things. They will see that you are really engaged on that, and they will help you. And the third thing that it helped me a lot was do all my exercises with a timer. So I set, there are different times for exercise, but they usually have on the book 4 minutes, and then you have to answer 5 questions. I put 4 minutes, and my phone would ring at this time, and I would have to have finished everything, read, understood, answer, and got it correct. And I didn't move forward till I got correct, and then I move forward. So timing your exercise is very important, because it will make you feel more comfortable on the test day, because there you will have a specific time to answer specific questions, and they don't come back ever. If you didn't finish, is 0. Okay. And for the writing part, because they have combined type of questions, for example, listening and writing, and then like 2 different ideas, and then 1 question about those 2 things, about your opinion, or if you agree or disagree, things like that. And then the writing part you can always see later, so you can take some notes, but the text is going to be there when you answer. But the listening part is just once. You listen, you take your notes. If you didn't understand, if it wasn't clear, it's your problem. It's not, you cannot play again. So it's very important to listen things and take notes, and learn how to take quick notes, and that you will understand and remember later, because you have to interconnect the information between the writing and the listening, for example. Okay, so time your exercises. If there are, and sometimes even put less time while you were like starting get them better, because being comfortable with the time, like being pressured to do it fast, it will help you for the test day. Okay. And I think the tips that I have, the most important ones are those. Oh, and another thing is separate a part of your day to study. It's very important. If you I did the course twice. I did the course the second time, and it was very helpful to me. But if you don't have the money to do the course, the preparation, or if you want to study on your own, what I can tell you is have a time on your day that is gonna be sacred, very like important, one of the most important times of your days, like work, going to work. I have, for example, from 6 to 8 that I will dedicate to study TOEFL. And then this is work. You cannot skip, you cannot get lazy. This is work. So from 6 to 8, you are engaged on that. Turn off your Facebook, your messages, put your phone on mute, like airplane mode. Don't open your Facebook. The only page you will open on your computer is the TOEFL test. Get your book, your notebook, and do your work. This is already 60% of being successful on the test, because it's really like studying the TOEFL. It's not as much like knowing English and being super fluent. It's more knowing how to answer the questions they ask you. And there is a very while you are taking the exercises and getting through the book, you will see that is a pattern that is always the same. They always ask you to answer the questions in the same logic, and we started with the practice to see very quickly where the answers are, and they are usually there. They don't really try to trick you. So that's another very important tip. Study hard and take it as work. Take it as something serious, because this will make you achieve a good score. Okay, this is already very long video. I think I already gave good tips. Let me know if you have any other questions about my personal experience. I will be more than happy to help you and explain more things to you. If you guys want to know the material that I use the book from LONGMAN. It's called LONGMAN Preparation Course for TOEFL Test IBT by Deborah Phillips. And I also use the CDs from the series because the CDs are more to the writing and the listening, and they are very important. If you want to study them, I highly recommend. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you guys like it, and let me know if you have any other questions about subjects of getting to the university. Write it down here, below, and I will be more than happy to make other videos about it. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.